All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dillyland Talks. So today we got one that is definitely going to hit a little bit closer to home for me. This is a plumber who got shot and killed on a job in Spanaway, Washington. For those of you guys who do not know, I am actually a full-time licensed journeyman plumber. That is my day job. So I'm in and out of houses all the time. I've done close to 5,000 service calls. So I've definitely been around the block a time or two, I guess you could say. So this one's going to hit close to home. But before we jump into this story, if you guys could leave a like at any point in the video, if you like the video, subscribe if you enjoy your stay here at Dillyland Talks. And I got a Patreon that will be linked down in the description if you want to support me even further than that. I also run a second channel called Dillyland Reacts where I react to music and the do and stuff like that. So go check that out if you want to. But let's just jump right into the story. All right, so we're going to be reading from Fox 13 in Seattle, I think. So this says a 55-year-old man who investigators say is suspected of shooting and killing a plumber outside his house and asking his neighbors to hold on to the guns was arrested by Pierce County deputies on Monday night. At about 8 p.m., deputies responded to reports of shooting at the home in the 1000 block of Military Road East in Spanaway. The caller then reported seeing a body in a truck in front of the home where the shots were fired. So a couple things real quick. So my day normally starts around either 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So the fact that this guy was out there at 8 p.m. tells me that this dude either started work late or he has been out for like 12 plus hours. As you're going to see here later in the video or later in the story, he shot him because he backed into a fence, which I'll pull up the picture on screen. You can see it's a very dark fence. So not being able to see it at night, I mean, this dude's working like 12 hours. I mean, stuff happens, right? Stuff's going to happen sometimes, but that in no way, shape, or form deserves for this guy to get shot and killed in the guy's driveway. But anyway, let's keep reading. When deputies arrived at the home, they saw the homeowner and the driver side of the pickup truck. As deputies approached the suspect, he went into his home and then came back out and surrendered. Deputies located the 40-year-old victim who had apparent gunshot wounds in the truck and rendered first aid until medic arrives. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. According to investigators, the suspect called for a plumber, and when the plumber arrived, the suspect accused of him hitting his gate. There was a dispute and the victim was shot while sitting in the driver's seat. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department said the suspect took his guns to a neighbor's home after the shooting and asked him to hold on to it. Deputies recovered 6 guns from the neighbor's home. The suspect was arrested and booked into the Pierce County Jail on suspicion of first-degree murder, unlawful possession of a firearm, and tampering with evidence. Detectives are investigating this case as a homicide. He pled not guilty and the bill has been set to 1.5 mil. So another thing before, I had read a different article that had said that they originally called about 8 p.m. for the reports of the shooting, and then they made another phone call at about 8:30 where they said they saw the driver in the pickup truck. So we're talking a half an hour response time, right? If that's true, dude, that's crazy. Because like when you get a gunshot wound, depending on where it is, I mean, you have an ability to still be saved, right? I mean, unless you're shot in the head or something like that, then that's kind of it. But if you're shot in the arm or the stomach or something, you can be saved. So a half an hour response time is absolutely absurd if that is true. Like I said, it was on a different article, not this one, so I'm not 100% sure about that fact. But the other thing is, even if the guy did back into your gate, right? Most plumbing companies, I know my plumbing company definitely is fully licensed and insured. So if say I was to back into somebody's gate, I mean, at that point it's on us. You know, we got to pay the proper people to fix their repair. It's going to be totally on us. And that is absolutely nothing to get shot over. I mean, this dude probably has a family. I mean, he was what? He's 40 years old, dude. So like, I don't know, man. The fact that something as little as backing into a gate will cause you to get shot and killed on a job. I mean, like, that's some scary stuff, dude. Because like I said, I've been to 5,000 houses, right? So, I mean, obviously at some point, something stupid has happened. I've never hit anybody's cars or property or anything like that, knock on wood. But, you know, I mean, leaks get caused inside of houses, like, stuff happens. I've obviously gotten into a couple disputes with disgruntled customers because you're not going to see eye to eye with 5,000 people, you know what I'm saying? But at no point did I feel like my life was in jeopardy. It's just the lengths that people go to, I don't know, like, is this like an ego thing? Was he trying to show the other guy? Like, I just don't understand. And then he tried to have his neighbor hold on to the gun, so that dude's definitely in jail as well. It's just unbelievable in this country that, I mean, you can die so many other ways, right? I could go tomorrow and get into a deadly car accident, or step out in front of a car I didn't see, or, like, you know what I mean? Anything can happen. The fact that now you have to worry about on the job at a customer's house, you could be killed, is just, it's just unreal. And for something as minuscule as hitting a gate, like, dude, that can get fixed. Like, you don't get to take the man's life. It's just unreal. And then he pleads not guilty. Like, bro, was your neighbor mad that he hit your gate? Like, you had 6 guns, unregistered firearms. Yeah, unlawful possession of a firearm and tampering with evidence. Like, you tried to hide the guns with your neighbor, bro. Like, what do you mean not guilty? It's obviously you. It's just, I don't know, man. My prayers go out to this plumber, and if he had a family, it doesn't say here specifically. It's just a crazy story. One of absolutely, you know, thousands and thousands of stories that's just absolutely tragic, that this is just stuff that happens in America, and we're so desensitized to it because there's so much violence all over the place. It's just absolutely unreal, man. But if there's anything else that you guys want me to talk about, make sure to leave that down in the comments. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy your stay here. And it has been Dillyland. See ya.